you're not qualified to have a friend, not a boyfriend. Many people are not emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, or ethically qualified for any kind of relationship. You need to be with yourself. You need to learn yourself in order to teach someone yourself. Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. If you have listened to our introduction and that's why you're here, we are so excited you're here. And if you've been with us for a long time or this is your first time watching our videos, we are so happy you're here and we hope you join us for the whole series. Today we want to ask this question and we'll try our best to analyze it and respond very thoughtfully and prayerfully as well, honestly. Do we need to date? Do you want to respond before I do?
So, yes, I think dating is important. Do you need to? You don't have to, because everyone's journey is different. That's one of my favorite things to say. Everyone's journey is different, you know. All roads can lead to Rome when we're talking about eventually ending up with the man or the woman that God has for you. But everyone's journey and path is different. So, for me personally, I'll say yes. And we're going to dive into reasons why I think that, yes, you should date before you get married.
I would still say yes. But again, as a mom right now, and I have kids, I'm like, I don't know. I would love my kids to date. But again,
I'm excited about them bringing their
girlfriends.
Absolutely.
By the way, they're just 5 and 4.
Yo,
but the thing here is,
10 years.
Date with sense, if that's a word.
Purpose.
With purpose. That's a Nigerian
date with sense.
Advice. So the reason why I said that is because many of us just jump into relationships. By the grace of God, some of us jump into those relationships, but God is like, I choose to protect you no matter what. But some people are not having that grace. So please date with purpose. Don't just pick a guy because right now I'm broke. I just need someone to be around me.
Yeah.
Or I'm bored. I need someone around me. You just cannot live alone. That's why you're dating. Then we have a problem with that. I don't want us to jump into our next topic, why we date. So all I'm trying to say here is, you should make sure there is a reason why you're dating. You have to ask yourself, why am I dating this guy? Why do I choose to go into this relationship? Will I die if we break up? That's a very good question you should ask yourself, because it might not lead to marriage and you need to tell yourself the truth from the very beginning. Don't always feel like, oh, I love this guy and I'm going to fix my mind. I've heard so many single ladies saying, I don't want to date because I know how fragile I'm, full of emotions. I don't want my heart broken. Girlfriend, your heart will be broken even when you're married.
Yeah, I mean, and times change also. I think we're in a time in history, depending on what part of the world you're in, but the Western world specifically, where dating is not really, first of all, I don't think for a lot of people dating is primarily for the purpose of wanting to get married. And then you also have another faction, and I'm talking more about the men now, where it's like, well, there's a lot of stress that goes into dating or dealing with women, a Western woman, let's say. Now that's a whole nother conversation and that you know needs to be had at some other point down the road. But there are now factors that maybe our parents or grandparents never had to worry about before, that just because of the social environment that we're in today, it makes a lot of guys to be very hesitant about dating. But regardless of that, and that notwithstanding, the answer still to me is the same. I believe that you should date for the purpose, again, of eventually finding that woman or man that God has in store for you.
So what happens to listening to God then? Because for me, I feel like if I run away from that, because most people honestly do not know the difference between themselves and God speaking. But you hear people, I remember in our time when someone asks you out for marriage, for whatever, even those that broke up, now they're divorced, they will tell you when they were responding to their boyfriend, at that time they said, let me pray about it. They prayed about it.
Well, I think praying about it is just it's the Christian thing to do. Like, you pray for your food before you eat.
Exactly. I want
That's
us
just
to
what
be
you
very,
do.
very careful about that. Don't think because you said I'm praying about it, it means it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Unless you learn how to hear from God, then you can tell me when I'm not saying do not pray about it. You can pray about it to hear from God, or you can pray about it for grace to make the right decision. Okay? So sometimes our emotions go ahead of us and we feel like, oh, now I feel this way. That means God has placed these emotions in me and I feel like he is the man and I'm going ahead to date him. All I'm trying to say is, yes, you should date, but please, if you're trying to use God in your reason of dating a person, be very sure, okay? So that you don't end up embarrassing yourself, because you can't embarrass God by saying, oh, I prayed and God showed me. And then at the end of the day, he did not show you anything. Okay? That's the point I wanted to make there.
Yeah.
But again,
Live your life serving God. While you're serving God, have those friends. Have friends of the opposite sex, which is another topic for a future video. And see what God does.
now I know we have other topics that would come up on this same line. But again, I am still pro. You don't have to date. We said yes,
Absolutely.
date. You don't have to date. They are two different things. Get it straight. You can date, but you don't have to. And it is a beautiful thing. In my opinion, I've been a queen of dating. I have a crown for that one. I think I need a box for that, or a glass, jewelry for that. The thing here is, the disadvantage of it is you don't meet much people.
Yeah.
You are closed because you already have someone that you're dating.
You're committed.
You're committed to. And then you stay there and you have no idea that there are good men out there better than this man that you found and you think is the best. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't stick to someone. All I'm saying is, if you do not date, you can have so many friends, and please do not be of the ideology that your friend cannot be your boyfriend. That's something I would also throw as
That's
a hint
another
right
topic.
there. Yup. This topic is like, we're just talking about all of the topics.
It's like we're reading the syllabus for this course.
Exactly. But again, we still have to say these things because most of the mistakes we make is trying to date at age 16, at age 14, and then you stick to this guy which you don't even know who you are at this time. And this is always what we talk about here. Learn to know who you are before you learn good habits, healthy habits, before you start making a step of bringing any friend, any human being into your life. If you want to have a friend and you have not developed good habits, you're not qualified to have a friend, not a boyfriend. Many people are not emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, or ethically qualified for any kind of relationship. You need to be with yourself. You need to learn yourself in order to teach someone yourself. If you're communicating with someone, you need to teach someone yourself. So all of these topics will come in broadly, but all I'm trying to tell you is, we said yes, you can date. You don't have to date, and you don't need to date.
No pressure.
When you are not ready to date. Does that make sense to anyone right here?
I think we'll leave it at that. Please like, subscribe, and share this video. Make sure you're clicking on the notification bell button so that you can get our new videos whenever they come in.
Thank you guys for watching. We love you, and keep on building good habits.
Facts.
This is to let you